Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to Wrestle Juice. So Saturday night's main event happened. It was definitely a show that took place last night. And so this is Wrestle Juice. We're going to get your guys' hot takes. Right now you can check out the star ratings that we got from the Friendo Club, and the review, full podcast length review, is up right now over at youtube.com/Steven Larson. But I want to hear from you guys. Let's see what you have to say. First up from Senor Alien. Says the Winged Eagle in 4K WWE television is underwhelming. So here's, not to be an actually guy, I'm going to be an actually guy. It's not in 4K. It's still in HD. In 2024, we're still broadcasting in HD. Now, I think there are some broadcasts in sports that upscale it to 4K from a standard HD signal to make it look a little bit better. But like, it's too expensive to actually film stuff in 4K. Even the fancy 8K camera they use for the ring announcements, it's not actually being broadcast in that. It's that's actually just a fancy lens and a decent camera with like some depth of field. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm off track. Let's talk about the Winged Eagle, because there's three things that kind of defined this show, which is kind of sad, to be honest with you. It's the Winged Eagle title making its return for allegedly one night only, but I hope that changes. Number two, Jesse Ventura. A lot of you love Jesse Ventura, myself included. And number three, a lot of ads. But let's dive into the Winged Eagle first. I thought it looked great, to be honest with you. Underwhelming, I don't know what people expected. It didn't pop as much, I think, as maybe some people expected it to. It looked great on Cody, but Cody's presentation is already an A+. If you like that kind of thing, like, you can't deny he looks like everything, the Homelander gear, it all looks great. And I just feel like the Eagle makes more sense on him than a giant mustard stain WWE title. I'll be honest with you guys, like, the mustard stain title doesn't do it for me. I honestly really wish that they would have stuck with the one that looked more like that one, you know, with the black strap and the black backing right there. I wish they would have stuck with that as like their main WWE title, because that mustard one is just, I don't like it. The Winged Eagle looked great. I thought it looked awesome. I thought it looked even better when Kevin Owens picked it up as well, which is what we're going to dive into our next hot take here. Honked Off John says Kevin Owens didn't win it tonight because the post-match attack where Cody got the package pile driver will make him vacate the belt so that Kevin Owens can win it that way. Cody got written off tonight. They don't want Kevin Owens pinning Cody definitively in a match because now they set up a longer feud that'll end at WrestleMania, assuming The Rock isn't. He goes on a little bit longer, John. Apologies for cutting you off. I love this little bit of fantasy booking here, because so after the cameras went off, and I really wish they would have put this on television, but I guess I kind of understand they want the big triumphant moment to be the lasting image for any casual fans that might be tuning into NBC thinking they're getting Saturday Night Live reruns or Night Court or something like that. They're like, oh yeah, we got to end the show with the bad guy or the good guy winning. And then on social media, we could do the cool shit, which honestly, I wish they would just do the cool shit on TV, but whatever. I get it. That's how they've been doing this Kevin Owens feud, and then they show the cool shit on television on Raw on Monday probably, or on SmackDown on Friday. Anyways, so I love this idea. I'm going to tweak it a little bit, though. I don't think Cody's going to vacate his title. I do think there's the possibility, and maybe I'm just being overly optimistic, but if you see how long they've written Randy Orton for, ideally, because this is a package pile driver, they'll write Cody off for a similar period of time, for, I don't know, one pay-per-view cycle, and Kevin Owens will declare himself the real world's champion with the Winged Eagle title until Cody comes back and they have a title for title situation. Cody keeps on using the big give it. Maybe they'll do that at the next Saturday night's main event so that one leads into another. That's coming up on January 25th. I don't know if they want to be without Cody for a couple weeks. I think it's a fantastic idea. Again, I'm thinking, and on top of that, he like kind of shoved, like Triple H shoved him and he kind of chest bumped him. So like, you know that it's sort of like a big angle. So maybe you've got something here, John. Maybe they've got something here because, and I don't think it'll be a longer feud. I feel like once they do that, let's assume they do the unification match. Hell, even if they do the unification match at Raw on Netflix, then you have Randy Orton come back and then him and Kevin can splinter off into a WrestleMania feud. I think that's a distinct possibility, and I hope so because you need some twists and turns. Kevin Owens showing up with the Winged Eagle, not spray painting a big X. That's the other Real World's Championship. And him saying, I'm the Real World's Champion now. God dang it, John. I love this idea. I think it's great. Yes, do it. All right, we're going to do a couple of cold takes here because a lot of people were talking about these two things. The champ says, not really a hot take, but I think Jesse the Body did a good job. He obviously didn't know all the storylines, but his heel commentary is old school as shit. And as a guy who wasn't alive until 2002, I'm here for it. Yeah, man, I wasn't there for, I was born. I existed back when Jesse was doing commentary for WWF, but I wasn't watching at the time. I didn't start watching until like 97. That being said, yes, Jesse did a phenomenal job. I'm glad they brought him over to the main event table. For the commentary table for the main event. And I thought he was great, man. I thought he was really great. And I think they're going to bring him back for the San Antonio one. He was having a good time. The crowd was having a good time. I loved it. I thought he was awesome. I thought he was great. A+ from me. Groovy here with another cold take says U.S. women's title match was the first win-win match I've seen in a long time. Both women have truly earned it. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Not a hot take. This is absolutely true. I thought, dude, Mia Yim, everything she's touched this year, I think has been super entertaining. She's kind of like a very low-key glue for the women's division. If you take a look at like what she's done, you can always rely on her to put on banger matches, to bring the heat. I think she's done a tremendous job. And of course, Chelsea Green winning. And I like how they sort of shifted her story too. Now she's going to try to focus on actually getting wins in the middle of the ring instead of the shenanigans. They've turned her from being like super cowardly, somebody who you wouldn't believe could win anything, into somebody who's actually pretty clever and opportunistic in the ring, using Piper, but using Piper to actually get some wins and not being so hapless. I think it's been a relatively quick and seamless transition. And I'd love to see her with that United States Championship. And I think that she's going to have a face turn coming up. I mean, look, man, when the crowd is behind you, no matter what, they got to turn your face. They got to have you start doing good guy stuff. And I think maybe if they keep every element of her personality, except for being, like if she takes pride in being U.S. champion and it's like, hey, you know what? I got to start doing this stuff on my own. And then Piper turns on her and then you get a great feud between the two over the U.S. championship. I think that'd be tremendous. Scottish Bisque said, felt like a house show. House show doesn't have that many ads. In a house show, you just get action. This had a lot of ads. As Parsath here says, the number of ads was ridiculous. I'm sure there were great matches on this card. Would have been nice to see them. I'll be honest. Maybe it's because I consume this in a slightly different way, but the ads didn't bother me as much. If I was just sitting there watching it and not doing the whole live stream reaction thing with Larson over the Going and Raw stuff, maybe I would feel this as well. For me, ads is an opportunity to go make sure my kid's okay because Lacey was out, and it was an opportunity for me to use the restroom, and it was an opportunity for me to engage with the friendos who are watching along with us. So I understand my experience is probably very much different than your guys's, but I understand this. I totally do. I mean, dude, I don't know what to say, man. That's the day and age we live in, man. Everybody's got to make their money, and they got to make too much of it in order to justify existence, I guess. I don't know, man, but I feel you on this one. Whether it's the ads between matches and video packages between matches on Premium Live, man, this goes to show they put on 5 matches in a span of 2 hours. And yes, they ran ads throughout the stuff, but like if you're going to do 5-match Premium Live events, why not just make those like 2.5 hours? I like the shorter shit, man. You got to get to it. There's too much stuff going on. There's too much stuff to consume for you to be putting on these 3-hour Premium Live events, 3.5-hour long Premium Live events. Or AEW putting on 8-hour shows. Grod Frokenstein, what a great name, says, I usually hate the Unprettier, but that was the best one I've seen. Yeah, doing it from the top, coming down, landing, and then hitting it, I thought was really good. That being said, I fucking hate this move. It is literally my least favorite move in all of professional wrestling. And I say that as a massive Chelsea Green fan. She's awesome. She should be winning with the Rough Rider, man, because that move is awesome. And it's an awesome little shout to her husband. That's a cool move. I can't stand the Unprettier. I cannot stand that move. It's so like awkward. I don't like when Christian does it. I don't like when anybody does it. Here's a hot take from FSI Vids. Says WWE's great job of making any story not involving Punk, Rhea, or Roman feel like filler. I mean, I kind of disagree with this. I like the, I'll be honest with you, like, you can't say the New Day feels like filler. You can't say these days the cross, anything carrying cross, I'm a big fan of. I like a lot of the stuff going on. I don't think that I disagree with this one, man. These days I've been really enjoying Raw and SmackDown, which is a rarity that both shows are actually pretty entertaining. So yeah, I don't know, man. If you're not into it, I understand that, but you know, the Kevin Owens Cody stuff, he just hit him with a package pile driver. What are you talking about, filler? That's not filler. Aldo Version with his take on the title says, after all these years of wanting WWE to go back to old title designs or even modernized version of past designs, I think the new title designs are fine the way they are. Seeing Cody with the winged eagle didn't hit me as hard as I was anticipating. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it looked good, but I've never been like, it's a really good looking title. Is it a CM Punk Signature Series championship? No, he should have worn that. Or you give Cody a spinner title, which would make no sense whatsoever. They were honestly, if they wanted to make money hand over fist, they would have done a Signature Series Winged Eagle Cody Championship title. Or they can do a Kevin Owens Winged Eagle Signature Series title when he becomes the real world's champion. Honked off John. If this doesn't happen, I'm going to be upset with you for even putting this in my head, man. Yep, that's right. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Like I said, star ratings are available right now over at the Friendo Club Wrestling channel. Just look it up on YouTube, or I'll put a link in the description. Or you can check out the podcast length review with my best friend Larson over at Going In Raw if you don't want to watch those. I get it. We'll see you for the next Wrestle Juice. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell when there is a next Wrestle Juice.